Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Or come on and start tuning in. Please like and share, like and share. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Thursday. It's 2 o'clock. It's probably like 2:01. So I'm gonna give y'all a minute. I know y'all say, Teresa, you just be diving in. I gotta go back and watch the replay. So please go in and watch the replay. Share, like and share, like and share. Make sure you get a copy of the book. Get you a accountability partner that you can go through the book with, and it's so much fun like that. So much fun if you have an accountability partner and you go through the book with them, and you can bounce things off of each other and share some tips and tricks that you're learning as you're going through these 52 weeks of running things, the resilient spirit of a leader. This is the Running Things 52-week leadership devotional for ministry, business, and community leaders. So it's for leaders. So even if I didn't name the kind of leader you are, if you lead your household, you a leader. If you lead them kids, you a leader. If you lead the neighbor's kids, you a leader. So this is for leaders. And we want to talk about business. So we're in the section of the book where we're talking about foundations for business. I want to say last week we talked about week 9, which was the business plan. Today we're talking about week 10, which is a business model. So week 10 is located on page 38. So you can tune in and kind of look at some tips on page 38. But you know I'm freestyling, so I'm not going straight out the book. That's what you do when you get it, okay? So today it says a design for successful operation of a business. That's a business model. So we want to talk about business models. And when it comes to business models, there's all different kind of business models that you can have. An example, as you know, I always talk about the beauty industry. My background, 35 years in the beauty industry. I'm Teresa S. McCurry, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Super T Inspires. And I am the Senior Pastor in New Beginnings Ministries. I am an international Bible teacher, international speaker, and I am here to share 15 minutes of inspiration with you. I hope you're inspired. So today is week number 10, and we're talking about a business model. And when we talk about a business model is an outline of how a company runs. So like I was saying before, I've been in the beauty industry for over 35 years. I was tripping on that myself. I don't even look 35. And I've been in the beauty industry for over 35 years. And in the beauty industry, there's several different business models. So you can be an independent contractor. That's where you can lease a chair or rent a space. You can work on commission. That's when you get a certain percentage of the dollars that you make. Or you can work on salary. That means you get a hour amount. You can hourly or salary. So those are the 4. Booth rental, chair rental, commission, a percentage of the money you make, salary, you just make X amount of dollars no matter how long you work, and or an hourly rate. So those are the 4 business models that normally applies to the beauty industry, just to give you an idea what a business model is. But when you're talking about a business model, it's 4 basic things that you need to look at with a business model. First, you want to look at what products or services you will sell. So that's all part of your business model. What products or services am I going to sell in this business? What products or services am I going to offer? I know that in the last year, a lot of business models had to shift. A lot of business models had to pivot because some businesses were brick and mortar based, and then they had to move to go online. And then some businesses were out and about dealing with people hands-on, and they had to move and do things via Zoom. So I love the resilience that we have shown during the time of a pandemic and how we shifted and we pivoted and we've done different things to keep our businesses going and to keep the economy afloat. So 1, you have to figure out what kind of product and or service you are going to sell. And that'll all be a part of your business model. The next thing you want to figure out, how do you intend to market those services? How do you intend to market those products? I know back in the day, after doing something for 35 years, it is a back in the day, You didn't really do a lot of marketing and promoting and stuff like that. You just really word of mouth. If you had oh, that's a cute nail polish, where you get that nail polish from? And then you just tell somebody, and then they tell somebody, and they tell somebody, and that's how things got done. It was just strictly word of mouth. If you didn't know somebody that knew somebody that did something that you needed, that was it. We used to have something called the yellow pages. You can look through the yellow pages and find somebody in there that done what you needed to have done too. We didn't have the internet back in the day. We didn't have marketing and promotion and Facebook's ads and Twitter and TikTok and la 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 la. We didn't have none of that. So it's a different day now. So even with that, you have to think about when I'm marketing my business, what platforms am I going to market on? Where is my market located at? And then when you think about your target market and where they are, they're not just at Walmart or they're not just in Neiman Marcus. Your target market is either hanging out on LinkedIn, or your target market is hanging out on Facebook, or your target market is hanging out on Instagram. And then with those various target markets, they have research and demographics about those markets. What age groups hang out on which social media marketing, social media platforms. So when you're thinking about your business model, you have to take that into consideration as well. And with your business model nowadays, you have to think about how much money am I going to spend to market to people on those platforms. All of that is part of your business model. And the next thing you want to say, what kind of expenses will I face in this business? So every business has something called cost of doing business. There's always a cost of doing business, especially with ministry. So I know a lot of people that are not in ministry or not in leadership in ministries don't understand the cost that the ministries occur. So let's break that down a little bit just to give you a little insight. So a lot of times if there is a ministry and they are in a brick and mortar building, they have a mortgage or rent, they have light, gas, air, internet, cleaning people, outside maintenance. All of those are costs that the ministry incurs on a regular basis. And then we're not talking about giving anybody no salary, let alone the leaders, right? So then ministries have those costs. And then if you're a ministry with musicians, and then that way if the musicians are there, then you're going to have a sound team. And then if the sound team is there, you're going to have a media team. Then if the media team is there, you're going to have some finances. And then if the finance team is there, you're going to have some admin. And if the admin team is there, you're going to have some, you get it? You get where I'm going? So there's always a cost to doing business. So when you think about the cost of doing business, when you're creating your business model, you have to know your numbers and your projections. So how much does it cost? How much does it cost me to get this Fiji water? So if I am paying $3 a bottle for some Fiji water, it probably costs them 50 cents to get it in this bottle. And then it costs them an extra 25 cents to get this sticker label on here to say Fiji with that beautiful flower. Then it costs them some money to do the research to put the other sticker on the back of the water to tell you all about it. Then it costs for packaging. Then it costs for shipping. And then it costs for shelf life. So when you're in retail stores, they have to pay for the shelf to be on the shelf. So all of that is all the things that it costs just to produce this $3 bottle of water. Am I making sense? Y'all understand where I'm coming with that? So when you're thinking about your business model, you have to think about all the expenses that you're going to incur. And in thinking about the expenses that you're going to incur, it will behoove you to have a conversation with people that are already in that business or attached to that business in some shape, form, or fashion. Because no matter how much you think you've thought it through, it's always going to be some hidden costs that you didn't think about. It's funny, I'm just thinking about right now, we're in the process of having a parking lot project done. And when we were talking to the project manager about the things that needed to be done back there, he said, yeah, because I'm going to take care of the porta potty and this and that. And it's like, my thought was like, never would have thought about a porta potty for a project. But when you're out there, you're doing construction, and you can't just go to somebody's house, knock on the door, hey, I'm the construction man working on the street, I want to use your bathroom. So those are little things that you don't even think about. They're hidden costs. They're called hidden costs. So it's always going to be a hidden cost to doing business. So as you're thinking about your business model, you want to think about what are some of those hidden costs. Do your homework, do your due diligence, and find out what could some of the hidden costs be as it relates to having your business model. And last but not least, how will you expect to make a profit? How do you expect to make a profit? So when you're looking at your business model, a lot of times the first 2 to 3 years, businesses don't make a profit. They're just maintaining. You're breaking even. You're making just enough to pay the bills. You're not making a profit just yet. And then once the momentum gets going and you have a firm foundation set, then you'll start kicking into profits. So that's another thing where people make the mistake of, they think, okay, I've been in business for 1 year, I should be making a profit. No, research has shown it's going to take 2 to 3 years before you make a profit. So make sure you have enough money saved up that you can stand to be in business. Because if you don't have the money saved up, you'll be wasting it beforehand. Back in the day, when I first started off in business, you can get a line of credit, you can get a home equity loan, you can get all these other monies that will help you to maintain or to fund your business. I think about it now, that's not available like it used to be. If I didn't have my line of credit, I probably wouldn't have been in business the 15 years that I was in business, because there was times when I just didn't have the money to meet the payroll. And when I didn't have the money to meet the payroll, I'm glad that I had a line of credit that I can tap into to meet the payroll. So just think about that. Make sure you have something set aside as it relates to funding your business and what it is that you have to do. And then with that whole business model, think about, do I want independent contractors? Do I want 1099s? Or do I want employees? Because if you have employees, that's a whole nother set of expenses that's going to come along with that. So I hope you guys are learning something today and you're inspired to get into business. So don't let what I'm telling you discourage you. What it should do, it should motivate you, because you're armed with the information that you need so you can be productive as it relates to your business. So just a brief overview. We talked about the products that you will sell. What are they going to be? We talked about how do you intend to engage the market as it relates to your products? How are you going to market them? How are you going to get out there to get your customers? How are you going to get your loyal fans, your raving fans, people that love you, that's going to be talking about your product, services, or what you did is going to get other people to come in and have that done as well. Then you want to think about what kind of expenses that you're going to face. We talked about all the hidden costs that are with the startup. It's a lot of hidden costs. So it will behoove you to do your due diligence, do your homework, do your studies, do your research, so you can have an idea of what those hidden costs are and how much it might be. And then last but not least, how do you expect to make a profit? How do you expect to make a profit? We talked about this Fiji bottle of water, and it's costing 50 cents for the bottle, 25 cents for the label, another something for this. We talked about the shipping, the production, and all that. All of those are costs that you will occur in business, and you want to think about, how am I going to make a profit as it relates to this business? So that's it about having a business model. So there's so many things to think about as a leader, so many things to think about as an entrepreneur, so many things to think about as a change agent. So you don't necessarily have to be in business, but if you're coming alongside somebody in business, you want to think about some of the things that they have to deal with. If you're a community leader, all of these still affect you, because the things that need to be done in the community, there's some costs that occur to it, and you need to have a model of how you want to operate in the community. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I am Pastor T, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Super T Inspires. And Super T Inspires offers holistic solutions for ministry leadership, self-care, and kingdom development. And if you're interested in getting a copy of Running Things, the 52 Weeks Leadership Devotional, please go on Amazon and purchase it, or you can inbox me and I can also mail you a copy. See you next week, 2 o'clock. Make sure you set your notifications and like and share, like and share, like and share. And if you're on the replay, put hashtag replay so I can know that you tuned in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.